everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. That's right, we're back with our first box of Throne of Eldraine. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm opening this up because I want to see what all of this is about the other art cards and all that kind of stuff. So, like, a couple people were opening up packs at my LGS at pre-release, and they were getting the storyboarder arts, which makes sense. I believe they said that that would happen. For me, the question is whether the foils of those storyboard arts are in here or not. So, like, the whole thing with these collector packs is that, you know, is it worth it to buy them? Is it not? It's kind of iffy, right? Because the only thing that you can really get in those packs at the moment that you can't get anywhere else is the non-foil copies of, like, the Brawl deck and those kind of things. So, like, the Brawl decks where, like, you know, like, your front card, your commander from those is foil on those. And then the foil planeswalkers from the planeswalker decks, you can get them in non-foil in the auxiliary slot of the collector's packs. So there's that. And then there's the extended art cards that you can get in the collector's packs, which are also you can only get them in the collector's pack. I think everything else you can get in a normal draft booster, from my understanding. So, anyway, I don't know if the storyboard cards, like, fall into, like, the common, uncommon slot, or whether they fall in, like, at the back or something. I'm not sure. So anyway, we're going to just kind of go through it, and we'll see. And our first rare is a Wildborn Preserver, which is actually a really good card. I played with this card a bunch in the sealed event. It was pretty good. First foil, Barge In, and then a nice food token and an island. So I'm just kind of curious as to what the ratio is like for getting those storyboard cards and how they fall into the packs, right? So, like, we've got a Elite Headhunter, Clockwork Servant, Beanstalk Giant, and Gadwick, the Wizened. This card I saw play a lot in Sealed as well. Seems very good. A 3/3 with an X cost creature that lets you draw X cards, and then whenever you cast a blue spell, you can tap an online permanent and opponent controls, which is pretty sweet. We got another foil, Fell the Pheasant. Alright, 2 foils in a row. That's a pretty cool giant token. I haven't seen that one yet. Interesting. To be fair, I haven't seen really any of the tokens out of this set yet, so... Wintermoor Commander, Mysterious Path Lighter, Seer Conrad, and Piper of the Swarm. I played against this card a couple times in Sealed as well during the arena event, and I feel like my opponent didn't utilize it the way that was probably best. So there's an ad for arena in here with no code on it. Like, the least you could have done was put a code on this card for, like, a pack or something. Just nothing. An ad for your online game, and then you don't throw any sort of incentive to make people go play. Seems kind of weird to me. Skullmocker, or Skullknocker Ogre. Ah, there you go. So we got a storyboard card in non-foil. Right? Okay. So in non-foil, we got Foulmire Knight. So we'll put that here. We got Kenrith's Transformation, and, ooh, the Great Henge. This is a cool card. I definitely want to poke around with this card a bunch more. I didn't really get a chance to play it too much during the Sealed event, or during the Early Access event on Arena, because I just played Sealed, and I didn't open any of those, so... I'll take it as my first mythic, though, for sure. Enchanted Carriage, Seer Eleanor, Mad Ratter, and our rare is Fayborough Elder. And, ooh, alright. So look, there you go. Immediately, we have our answer. We're only, what, 5 packs in? 5 packs in and we have our answer. You can get non-foil and foil storyboard cards in regular draft booster packs. So, that's interesting to me. because it sort of takes out a large amount of the incentive of buying the collector packs, in my opinion. The only thing you're going to get in there that's different is the extended art cards, and then you get a guaranteed foil or mythic rare, right? It seems strange. It seems strange that you can get these in these packs. I mean, like, it doesn't seem strange. It seems good. I like the fact that you can get these in here. It just means that it takes a lot of the incentive away of the collector's packs, in my opinion. So what was the point of releasing them then, right? Other than to just kind of, like, capitalize on people thinking that they were going to have rare stuff in them, and then they don't really. Burning Yard Trainer. Ooh, all right. How about that? We got the storyboard copy of Brazen Borrower. That's pretty sweet. I'll take it. That's our mythic. And then we got another foil, Locked Wayne Paladin. Human token and a mounted. Alright, so we're 2 mythics in. We've already hit a foil, non-foil, and mythic of storyboard cards, which is pretty sweet. So it seems like the storyboard cards just fall in with the normal rare and uncommon and rare and mythic. Like, it falls in that slot if it's going to be in the pack. So Flaxen Intruder in storyboard. Sir Aelin, the Lion's Claw. Edgewall Innkeeper. This card is very good in limited. It's a 1/1 for 1 that whenever you play a creature that has an adventure on it, you draw a card. It's very good. And we got a Gilded Goose. There you go. Who doesn't like making food tokens for 2 mana and then sacking a food token to add a mana of any color? Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. So yeah, so I guess you have to in this set you kind of have to peruse the commons and uncommons a bit here and there just to make sure that you don't miss any storyboard cards. Midnight Clock. Night token in a forest. It's interesting, right? Like, it just seems so strange to me that they would, like, hype the collector's edition packs and then just, but then also just put these into the regular draft boosters. Embereth Shieldbreaker, All That Glitters, Belle of the Brawl, and Stolen by the Fae. Interesting little sorcery that bounces a thing and then makes you a whole bunch of flyers, which is interesting. I feel like it could be very powerful in limited, but there's also a lot of ETB effects in this set. So, like, maybe bouncing their things is not super relevant. Resolute Rider, Ferocity of the Wilds, Beanstalk Giant, and Fervent Champion. So that's the, Javier Dominguez, art, which is pretty cool. So 1/1 first strike haste for 1. Whenever it attacks another target attacking knight you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Equip abilities you activate that target Fervent Champion costs 3 less to activate. So you can put the hammer on this guy for 5 instead of 8, right? Not terrible. Ooh, we got the Garrick token. Creatures you control have +3/+3 and trample. Seems good. Alright, let's see. Right, we have to kind of peruse to make sure we don't miss any storyboard cards. It's going to be so hard for me to remember to just check all the commons. Joust. Ah, another mythic. The Cauldron of Eternity. Another cool card. This is an interesting one. It's 12 mana, 10 and a 2 black, but it says the spell costs 2 less for each creature card in your graveyard, which can be quite a lot, so maybe you get to play it for only 2 black, who knows. Whenever a creature you control dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. You can pay 3, 2 a black, and tap it, pay 2 life, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you can activate the sorcery. Oh! Well then, how about a foil Ayara? That seems pretty sweet too. This card seems very good. So whenever Ayara, first of Locked Wayne, or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Sack another black creature, draw a card. Very good for like an Aristocrats type deck, for sure. Right? If you're playing like a mono black Aristocrats deck list, even if you're not playing mono black, but like playing some sort of Aristocrats deck, it's very good. We'll take it. We'll take it as our rare. Elite Headhunter, Venerable Knight, Bognati, and Clackbridge Troll. I lost to this card in my last sealed event to Maria from Good Luck High Five. It was a good game, but that troll, I just couldn't do it. Couldn't beat it. She trolled me hard. Rally for the Throne, Shine Chaser, Witch's Oven, and Lovestruck Beast. There you go. Little 5/5 for 3. Adventure, Heart's Desire, put a 1/1. And it can't attack unless you have a 1/1 creature. Not that you have to have this specific 1/1 creature, you just have to have any 1/1 creature. And we got a foil Oakham Ranger. With a nice little boar token. Little cutie. What a ham. As they say. Right? Alright, we gotta... Right, we have to peruse because the commons could have Spectre's Shriek, Drown in the Lock, Into the Story, and Castle Locked Wayne. So it enters battlefield tapped unless you control swamp, add a black, or you can pay 1 and 2 black to draw a card. Then you lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. And we got a foil Lucky Clover. Oh! Oh, cool. I forgot that they did this. So this is like the new zone, right? When you cast an adventure card for its adventure cost, you essentially put it in this zone because then essentially it goes into like an exile zone. But this is just like a token to let you know, hey, this card's exiled, but it's exiled because it's on an adventure, not because it's exiled. So that's kind of interesting. It's neat that they printed that. They probably learned their mistake from Kaladesh, right? When they printed a mechanic and then didn't print tokens for the mechanic, like energy, right? Does everyone remember that? I remember that. I remember the first run of Kaladesh not having energy tokens, and then everyone being like, how am I supposed to keep track of my energy? Seer Kara, Deafening Silence, Ferocity of the Wilds, and Black Lance Paragon. Nice little 3/1 flash knight that gives another knight Death Touch and Lifelink when it enters the battlefield. Seems like a good play, for sure. In those, like, aggro Boros, or no, aggro, not Boros. Jeebus. Rakdos. Aggro Rakdos decks. That's the one I'm thinking of. Even in Mardu, it's probably not terrible. Epic Downfall. Shepherd of the Flock. Turn into a Pumpkin. And Fae of Wishes. So there you go. This one is, there's a playmat of this one, I believe, coming out. So that's pretty sweet. It's interesting, though, because some of the playmats are the alternate art, and some of them aren't. So it's, I wonder what made them decide to use, like, the storyboarder art versus the non-storyboarder art for some of the cards. Spinning Wheel, Venerable Knight, Bognati, and Sundering Stroke. Good old 7 mana, sorcery speed, 7 damage divided as you choose. But if at least you spent 7 red mana, so mono red deck, then you get to do 7 damage to each of those permanents and/or players, which is pretty funny. Ooh, our foil plains. We'll take it. We'll take it. Oh, look, our little fairy token. Nice. Does anyone know? I haven't read up on the bundles or anything like that. Leave a comment below. Maybe I have to go look it up after. But does anyone know if the bundles are going to be similar to the M20 bundles, where it's like you get 20 foil rare lands in the pack, in the bundle along with the others? I don't know. Shambling Suit, Mystical Dispute, Cauldron Familiar, and Fires of Invention. And another foil. Wow, the foil count is very high right now. Oh, look at that. Little 3/1 red-white human token. Cool. So, like, our foils is crazy high, but our number of storyboarder cards is actually pretty low. We've only got 4. Drown in the Lock, Shepherd of the Flock, Oakham Adversary, and Vantress Gargoyle. Who likes Mill, right? Yeah, who likes Mill? I know some people that like Mill. Another foil rare, Dance of the Mance. Mancy Dance Pants, right? I think that's how that works. Another garbage token with an island. So 2 foil rares. Oh, I put it in the wrong pile. I put it in the wrong pile. I'm so sorry. Pile management. Wandermare. I didn't even see this card at all while I was playing in the sealed event. Glass Casket, Sage of the Falls, and Lochmere Serpent. 7/7 for 6 with flash. Pay a blue, sack an island. Lochmere Serpent can't be blocked this turn. Sacrifice a swamp, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Pay a blue and a black. Exile 5 target cards from an opponent's graveyard. Return it from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only in time you can... Wow. That seems strong. Hey, look at that. Another On an Adventure card. That seems like a very strong card, to be fair. A 7/7 for 6 that has a mechanic to just sack lands to draw cards or get in for 7 damage. And then you can return it by exiling your opponent's graveyard. It's interesting. Righteousness, Slaying Fire, and Enchanted Carriage as our uncommons. Our rare here, Torbran, Thane of Red Fell. Pretty sweet here. This is a 2/4 for 4. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. And another foil, a foil Maraleaf Rider with another garbage token and the island. All right. Let's keep moving along here. All right, we have to check because storyboard cards exist in the commons and in the uncommons. Iron Crag Feet. Oh yes, this is the one that everyone was talking about. On turn 4, cast your Karn, right? Just give you 7 red mana. Another garbage token. My goodness. They've increased the number of ad cards you get that aren't tokens, which is upsetting to me, personally. But I guess they did it because it's like the full launch of Arena now, so like they're just trying to hype it up, I guess. Streetclaw Lance. Revenge of Ravens. I loved this card in sealed. It was such a standout card. It absolutely just dumpsters your opponent because they can't attack you. Like, they attack you for 4, you gain a life, they lose a life. So they hit themselves for 1 and only hit you for 3, right? And then if they attack you with multiple like 1/1s or 2/2s, they basically nullifies like half the damage they're dealing to you, which is pretty crazy. Rampart Smasher. And our rare, Once Upon a Time, which is one of the, I think that's the highest priced rare in the set right now, isn't it? I think so. People are pretty excited about it. Ooh, a nice bear token. So it's a 2-mana instant that says, if this spell's the first spell you cast this game, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in any order, or in a random order, I should say. Which seems good. Like, if you have it in your opening hand, you just get to cast it for free. Which means you get to fix your hand and all that kind of stuff. Once and Future. Arcanist's Owl. Bell of the Brawl. And Wicked Wolf. When Wicked Wolf enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Sacrifice a food. Put a 1/1 counter on Wicked Wolf. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. And we got a foil Mistford River Turtle. Another. Look at this. Alright, so... in Core 2020 and War of the Spark, the number of like tokens that we got out of those boxes that were just ads with no token on them was like maybe 2, maybe 3. We're already at like 5 or 6. Deafening Silence, Edgewall Innkeeper, Thunderous Snapper, and Castle Ardenvale. Enters battlefield tapped unless you control planes. Add a white. For 2 and white, you can create a 1/1 white human token. Another On an Adventure card. Like, see, it wouldn't bother me so much about the ad cards if they just put a token on the other side. Because, I mean, let's be honest. There's ads literally on the other side of these tokens. So all of these tokens are technically ad cards as well. Why do you have to have an ad card that doesn't have something useful on it? It's just an ad, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, you're going to try to rope in some, like, newer players, I guess, maybe? But that's about it. Streetclaw Lance, Cauldron's Gift, Witch's Oven, and Hushbringer. Hushbringer. Ooh! How about a foil Embercleave? Alright, so 2 foil rares and a foil mythic in our first box. Seems good. Embercleave seems really interesting. It's a flash equipment for 6, but it says the spell costs 1 less for each attacking creature you control, and when it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. A creature gets +1/+1 and has double strike and trample. So it costs 1 less for each attacking creature you control. So if you swing with 4 creatures, you get to pay it. You get to play it instant speed for 2 once they've declared blockers, and give something trample and double strike. Seems like a pretty good trick for any kind of aggro red deck, to be completely honest. That might even see play in mono red, just because if you're swinging with a whole bunch of little red rinky-dink creatures, 2 red to give something +1/+1 trample and double strike seems pretty strong. Seems pretty strong for mono red, to be honest. A Sorcerer's Broom. Hey, look at that. We got another storyboarder art finally. That's our 5th one. We're on the last row of cards. Hypnotic Sprite. Absolutely gorgeous, by the way. The storyboarder cards are absolutely gorgeous. Slaying Fire and an Opportunistic Dragon. Interesting thing to note. I was watching Jake and Joel play Magic on Twitch a couple nights ago. And Joel was playing, and his opponent played this and stole one of his creatures. He then turned Opportunistic Dragon into a frog with Frogify, which then didn't give him his creature back, which seems about right, because then the text technically goes, so like, you gain control of that creature until this leaves the battlefield, but it didn't leave the battlefield, so then the creature didn't come back, but also the creature still was prevented from attacking and blocking. I don't know if that's actually right or not. I think Jake and Joel, I think they posted the question on Twitter. I haven't looked to see if anyone responded with a rules answer on that, but that'd be cool to get a judge to weigh in on something like that. Like, is that how that's supposed to work? Or, like, what? I don't know. I honestly don't know how that actually should work. But he did it while we were in chat, because I was like, you need to do it for science, because we need to figure out what's going on here and whether it works or not. And so he did it, and the card stayed in his opponent's side, and the dragon was a 1/1, but then it still, the card that he took still couldn't attack or block. So it's like basically like neutering 2 of his cards. He doesn't get his card back when the dragon dies, but it's just an empty creature on the opponent's side. Fairy Vandal, Rampart Smasher, and Castle Embereth. Hey, look at that. We've got 3 of the lands now, right? 3 of the castles. All right. We just need the green and the blue, right? And then we have all the castles. I'm actually kind of surprised that, like, we're not seeing more of the common storyboard art, since you can get them. Like, you would think that they'd be more common, I guess. Covetous Urge, Archon of Absolution, Lock Dragon, and Sorcerer's Spyglass, a reprint. Everyone knows this card. It's a very good card, but it's definitely a reprint, right? Opt is back, of course, which is, I'm sure everyone is hype about Opt being in Standard still. Maraleaf Pixie, Frogify, there's the Frogify. Grumgully the Generous, and Dance of the Manse. There you go. We got a foil copy of that as well, but now we have a regular copy to go with it. Oh, get out of there. Hey. I said get out of there. Alright. Claim the Firstborn. Oakhame Ranger. Improbable Alliance. And Irencrag Pyromancer. Right? An 0/4 for 3. That says whenever you draw your second card each turn, Irencrag Pyromancer deals 3 damage to any target. Seems good in like a blue-red, like, is it draw deck for sure. Alright. Tournament Grounds. Savvy Hunter. I love this card. This card's absolutely great. Order of Midnight, also a stellar card. This card is great as well. Ooh, how about the Royal Scions? Hello, welcome back. We have a foil copy of you. Now we have a regular copy of you. That's pretty sweet. We'll take it. Take it. This box is pretty good, I would say. I mean, like, we've got 5 mythics, one of them being foil, 2 foil rares as well. The story border cards are a little bit low, I guess. I don't even know what the average is, to be honest. Joust, Inspiring Veteran, and Murderous Rider. Murderous Rider's a nice little card as well. Since it's an instant that removes a card, or destroys a creature, right? Destroys a creature or planeswalker, you lose 2 life for 3 mana at instant speed. But it's a creature, so it's searchable with things like Once Upon a Time, which is pretty cool. So it gets you a removal spell, which is pretty nice. Animating Fairy, Inquisitive Puppet, Cauldron's Gift, and another mythic, Harmonious Archon. Holy moly, we're up to 6 mythics in this box. Hey, look, our little dwarf token. All right, 2 packs left. I don't even know what to say. This is my first box of this set that I've opened up, so I mean, like, I have no idea what the average of the story border cards is. I have no idea what the average of foils and mythics are. Not a clue. All right, sweet. We got a Sorcerer's Broom, and then we got a Beanstalk Giant alternate art, which is pretty sweet. I'll take it. Beanstalk Giant is very strong in limited as well. Heraldric Banner. And hey, the blue castle. We did it. Castle Vantress. Oh, look. We got our little rat token. We didn't have one of those yet. Nice. Last pack, everybody. Last pack. Can we get another story border card in the last pack? Doesn't look like it. Clockwork Servant, Kenrith's Transformation, Fairy Vandal, and Acclaimed Contender. Not a bad little card. Nice for Knights. And then we got an adventure card with a swamp. So, I mean, like, overall, I would say that this box was not terrible. Definitely not terrible. Right? I mean, 6 mythics, one of them being foil. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story border cards, one of them being foil. So yeah, there you go. I mean, like, I don't know. So, and this is the thing, is like with the collector's packs, you know, you get what, 7 commons, 2 uncommons that are all foil. But those can be story border or regular, right? They can be regular as well. Then you get 3 story border cards guaranteed, right? One of which is a rare. Then you get an auxiliary card, which can be any normal, like, non-foil printing of any card from the cards outside of the normal booster packs. So, like, stuff from the Brawl deck and stuff from, like, the Planeswalkers decks and that kind of stuff. Then you get a foil, mythic, or rare guaranteed, and it could be alternate art or it could be extended art, and then you get an extended art rare. So you get 3 rares in the pack, 3 rares or mythics in the pack, plus 9 foils guaranteed. 10 foils? 10 foils guaranteed, because one of the rares is foil. So, like, but the thing is like, with those collector's packs, the draw, I think, for most people was getting these in one of the forms that wasn't available in draft boosters, but we've seen that you can get foils and non-foils in the draft boosters. So the story border arts are going to be more common than you think they are. So really, those collector packs, the only thing that's like different or interesting in them is the extended art cards, really, at the end of the day. So the extended art, that's the only place you can get them, right? So it's in those packs. So unless you hit big on those ones in your extended art, I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I know this was a little bit of a long haul, about a 30-minute video. I apologize, it's only one box. I get it. My first box, I always take a little bit longer on my first box because I like to talk through everything and that kind of stuff and just show off the cards and talk about the set. So I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, MrBevers. Don't forget, you can like, share, subscribe to the video. I would greatly appreciate any of those things. If you want to help support with a monetary value, I do have a Patreon. That would be phenomenal. If you can't support with a monetary value, don't even worry about it. Thanks for just watching. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.